Very good one. Should give you another 7 minutes to fix this. Come on, Michael. Sorry? I'm good, thank you. I just like to make it right. So a little bit more. There you go. You're good to go now. It's still too warm for puffer jacket, but yeah, this one at least it's getting close. Water repellent, not waterproof yet. Okay. Should be a good game. Okay, what do we got? Okay, so everything's off.
Hello, hello, hello. Sounds good in my head. Hello, hello, hello. How's that sound?
the right ones?
Try again, Ross?
Is this the right one for me? Or
That's two, yeah.
is Sam on the right one?
I think.
Do we need
Could
to
be the
change?
other way around, yeah, we do.
Sorry?
We do, yes.
Change?
You got,
That's
you
you.
use one. Okay, there we go.
Good evening and welcome to Woden Park for Federation Cup quarter-final action. The women's game is back and underway for Cup football, brought to you by our Federation Cup sponsors. Allstate Towing, broken down or been in an accident? Give Allstate Towing a call, your 24/7 local trusted towing company. Electro Tinj, proudly supporting the Capital Football Australia Cup and Federation Cup qualifying rounds. Deakin Club, the family-friendly football club. Kitro Excavations for all your excavation and earth-moving needs. Rhythm Snowsports, ignite the stoke. Canberra PC Repair, IT support when you need it most. LJ Hooker, for your real estate needs, contact Lukas at LJ Hooker. And Xela Constructions, commercial builders proudly supporting grassroots football. It's Cup night. One of these sides will be making it to the semi-finals, where Canberra Olympic or Gungahlin United will wait. Will it be the newcomers Majura FC, or will it be the perennial Cup achievers Belconnen United? We'll find out over the next 90 minutes or so. My name's Russ Gibbs. Sam Watson is joining me on the platform here at Woden Park on a blustery evening, Sam.
It's very blustery. It's a good night for football as well. And yeah, like really great conditions for a great game, hopefully.
Yesterday I was up at Sutherland Sharks for the Schoolboys International, Australia versus New Zealand, and it was sunny and it was warm. And here this evening it's a little bit cooler. And Sam, that wind and that coolness is going to make, as you say, a probably good evening for cup football.
I think so. It's the type of game you want to play in as a footballer, not when it's a hot game, when it's a cool game, the wind's blowing. It's the perfect condition.
I've yet to see Majura play in the flesh because of NPL men's commitments and as the like. And I was due to do their first round game against White Eagles, but it was canned. But they've made a decent start to life in the NPL, haven't they? And in Carmel Lynch, they've got a 4-goal striker from the UK in 2 games. Might rely on her for her chances tonight.
Yeah, what a start to the season she's made. I mean, if a hat-trick wasn't enough in her first game, the second game where she scored that goal, turned and hit that one from long range. Honestly, one of the goals of the season already. So really impressive start, and yeah, really key player for a new club to have, especially.
Well, they beat ANU 5-0 in that first round game. Carmel Lynch with 3, Sophia Filineto with a brace. Very experienced Sophia Filineto, the most experienced of any of these Majura players. 61 NPL appearances to her name. Then they lost to West Canberra Wanderers by 4-1. But fair to say, this is a test, isn't it? Belconnen United have started the season like a house on fire, haven't they? And they've scored a bucket full of goals. They've already scored 19 goals in 3 competition matches in 2025, 16 in the league, and 3 in the Charity Shield. They have been amongst it.
They have, and I mean, Majura as a new club, looking at a team that's coming off an 11-0 win against Tuggeranong, not the type of game you want to play early in your season, but yeah, it's just a matter of time before they were going to play a big club, and yeah, tonight's a real first big test.
Well, it's really strange, these conditions here, because I'm looking over right across from us, and I'm not seeing any breeze in those trees at all. They're not moving at all. Yet on our side of the park, there's a little bit of breeze in the trees, and there's a little bit of breeze where we are. So how do you work that one out?
Yeah, a bit of a weird one. Maybe our eyesight's just kind of poor.
Yeah, that's probably it, isn't it? I mean, the lights here are actually pretty good. The field is okay. It's not a bad surface that we're on this evening. This is the first of 3 Federation Cup quarter-final matches that we have. We will be on again tomorrow at Canberra 2. Kelly Sturton will join myself for Tuggeranong United versus Canberra, Croatia. Next week, well, we've got you, Sam, on one of the games. Is it next week or the week after? It's the week after, isn't it? We'll be on 7th of May. What's the date today? Something about the 20th. Anyway, you're on Canberra Olympic versus Gungahlin United, and then on Thursday I'll be on ANU versus West Canberra Wanderers. Some interesting cup ties.
Yeah, definitely. And it's exciting cup football. As I've said a few times, I think, it's a one-off game. So, I mean, goal difference not really a consideration. Both teams kind of just have to go for it, which makes for a really exciting contest.
You can probably hear the breeze around our effects mic. The teams behind us will be getting ready to join us shortly. And we may as well go through the team lineup, Sam, while we're stood here having a chat. Let's start with Belconnen United. Scott Conlon, 4-3-3, it would appear. On paper, at least. Mathilde Lorotai will continue in goal. The New Zealand from Gungahlin, having played a couple of NPL games already. The back four, Lisa Carey on the right, Lauren Preston on the left. Eilish McDonough and Maddie Steinak are the central defensive partnership. McDonough having scored 2 and 2 in the league. Isabella Highmarsh, Annika Corrie and Alex Martins form a formidable midfield three. Up front, Alina Roberts on the right, and Liliana Altamore gets her first chance from the start on the left. Alyssa de Campley flanked by the two youngsters in the mobile and goal-ridden front three. The bench, Steffi Legends, back after a long-term injury, continues her rehabilitation. Pearl Teen, back from a stint in Spain, is on the bench once more, and she can offer a lot of skill and experience and quality. Gemma Tosland, Caitlin Kosh, and the goalkeeper, Claire Joseph. It's a formidable team, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Even looking on the bench and the players that aren't even in the lineup, it's a pretty hard to look past Belconnen for this one. Great to see Alina Roberts starting after another great season for the young player, and Liliana Altamore in the starting lineup after her first NPL goal last week.
Yeah, nice for them to get off the mark in the competition, Liliana Altamore. Belconnen United, of course, without Kira Bobbin tonight. Majura, well, they've gone for a 4-4-2, it would seem, in the lineup that they are playing today under David Roberto. Gracie New is a young goalkeeper from the 17s who gets a chance today in the absence of Ingrid Larson, who is with the Junior Matildas camp in Canberra. So congratulations to Ingrid on that. And Gracie New gets a chance in between the posts. They've got four at the back. Layla Barber, young and inexperienced, on the right-hand side. Vanessa Ritchie, who had a spell with ANU, on the left. Joanne Southam and Hallie Namache are the central defenders for the Majura side. Four in midfield, we believe. Sophia Fulaneto, as I mentioned, the most experienced. 2 goals in 2 games for her this season. On the right, Eliza Baker on the left. Alice Johansson, Cranfield and Abigail Richards form the midfield partnership. Up front, Carmel Lynch, 4 goals in 2 games, is partnered by Olivia Martiniello. Substitute sees Margot Sieb, a forward or wide player. Maya Morton, the 15-year-old who made her debut off the bench on the weekend. Virginia Singers, Bella Poe, another youthful addition. And Olive Huddy, who turned 18 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, Majura, I mean, the notable names standing out for Majura, Carmel Lynch, obviously, and good to see a bit of NPL experience with some former ANU players in there as well. Big test for New in goal, especially up against a side that are so good at scoring goals and coming off, as I mentioned, 11-0 win, 16 goals in the league, so nothing like that for a test.
She'd been training Gracie New with Troy Boots in his Boots and Gloves Academy, and she was very impressive when I saw her at training the other week, so big test for her this evening on debut for the first grade. On match officials, Thomas Stuparich in the middle, Marcel Lakatos and Bradley Farmer are the assistants. Players getting ready to join us here today. Make no bones about it, though, Sam. This is a big, big test for Majura, isn't it? They've had a couple of games to get used to the Premier League, but they've come up against a side who have been perennial winners of this trophy, and they've been in the last 3 finals.
Yeah, there's no bigger test. Back-to-back winners as well of the Cup. It's the toughest test in Canberra at the moment, so really interesting to see how such a young team as well kind of copes with that pressure.
Well, they have scored 6 times in opening 2 matches of the NPL season, which isn't too bad at all. 5 of the half a dozen goals they've scored have been netted inside the opening 45 minutes. So we'll see how they go today. Majura ready next to us. Belconnen keeping them waiting. Scott Conlon's team should just be able to get on with it, shouldn't we? I mean, again, we're going to not kick off at 6:30.
Not good.
What's going on here?
Not good enough at all.
I mean, we've all been here for hours.
We have.
Big shout as well to Thomas Stuparich today. First time as a senior referee in the middle for him as well. Big occasion for the match officials. He'll do a good job, no doubt. He can hear us anyway, so I hope he does a good job. I'm sure he will. Salji Giovanazzo out on the park. Belconnen United just kind of cruising their way out, aren't they?
They are. Very calm, very relaxed.
This is the first ever senior meeting between these two teams. Belconnen United, remarkably, have played 9 of the last 10 Federation Cup finals. And they've won 8 of those. That's the test, the kind of test that Majura are facing tonight. A team that not only gets to the final nearly every year, but tends to win it as well.
Yeah, and I was looking back for my research. 6 wins in a row before I think they lost one in the middle, and then they're bringing that back. They're bringing that record back. So, yeah, formidable club to come up against.
Most of those under the tutelage of Anthony Jagarinitz, now in charge of the Canberra United squad, which made finals, finished 5th in the Ninja A-League. Got a short hop up the road to Gosford on the weekend.
Yeah.
Central Coast Mariners.
Very impressive season from him. A lot of people potentially wrote Canberra off, especially losing a lot of big players as well and the uncertainty. But, yeah, he's done really well.
Well, here come the 2 teams. Majura in, would you call that maroon? Or my colour?
I would.
We'll go maroon. Belconnen United will be in their traditional blue, we think. Lining up in front of us. We need a cup anthem, don't we, like the Champions League?
That'd be good.
You could hum along now. We'll find a Federation Cup anthem of some description. If anyone at home's got any suggestions, let us know, and we'll have to play it while the teams come out and do what they do.
Maybe it could be you singing, potentially.
Oh, jeez, no one wants to hear that, my friend.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain about that. Absolutely certain, in fact. Premier League action for these two continues on the weekend, of course. Belconnen United play Canberra, Croatia. Venue to be determined. I'm on that game. And you know what? Majura play Gungahlin United on Friday night. Do you fancy that one?
I do.
You're on that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we'll see these teams again come the weekends.
Yeah, that'll be a good game because Gungahlin looked really strong in their first game against Olympic. And yeah, another big test for Majura. They've had a few games with the teams in the lower half of the table last season. Now the real tests kind of start coming.
Not only is Gracie New making debut in goal here, she's also the skipper. They've given her the captain's armband as well. A lot of confidence, of course, in the young goalkeeper.
Yeah, you don't get much more of a confidence boost than that. Really great to see a coach rewarding a young player with the captain's armband and a starting debut as well. So really special night for Gracie New.
And as I mentioned, Thomas Stuparich, big night for him as well. His first game in charge as a referee, which is a big moment. Be the first of many, I'd imagine. I've seen him run the line a few times, and he's done a very good job and a step up to the middle. We're going to see a few debuts for match officials over the next few days. I'm on a game on the weekend. Monero Panthers against O'Connor Knights. Harrison Cracknell's going to be in the middle for the first time. All being equal. So big congratulations to him as well. We'll talk more about that on the weekends. So the first of the 4 Federation Cup quarter-finals is about to get underway somewhat later than advertised.
Not a bad backdrop as well with the athletic track around the stadium. I think that
You haven't been here before, have you? You quite like this place, don't you?
No, I do. I like the nets as well. It's a nice kind of picture for football.
We're going to have to do something about these kick-off times, though, mate. It's later to bed for us both now, isn't it? By at least, 4 minutes? Michael Ribwendala's on the camera again. Did I pronounce that right, Michael? Excellent. Great work. Spot on from you. Off we go. Majura attacking the goal to our left in the first half. First ball forward from Alice Johansson. Cranfield is picked off. Alex Martins will have it. And you think they're going to have to do a lot of defending tonight, Majura?
They will. You can see they're sitting back early as well.
First overlap and run from Preston into the middle. Was looking for DeCampley, and we're going to get a corner here. Inside the opening 24 seconds.
So as soon as Belconnen got on the ball, Majura just retreated. Might be a bit of a defensive game plan potentially, but you heard David Roberto when the ball was kicked off, he was asking for the ball to be played forward immediately, so potentially we'll see a bit of both.
Isabella Highmarsh with the corner kick to swing it into the danger area. Comes off Joanne Southam. And she will retrieve her own clearance. Strike a goal, the first test for New. Gathers it comfortably.
Go, Carmel up. Next player. Fellow up. Fellow.
Nice early touch for the goalkeeper. Looking for Olivia Martinello, that clearance. 15 years old, the forwards. Playing first grade cup football at 15, that's some achievement.
It is, and I think I remember in the first game she got a nice assist for Lynch's first goal, so making a mark on the team as well. And yeah, it's good to see a coach again rewarding young players, no matter the age.
Altamore wants to have a shot on his great effort, and how about that from Liliana Altamore on her first start in Blue Devils colours, and it's taken her just over 90 seconds to give Belconnen the lead.
Wow, what a moment for Altamore. 2 goals in 2 games from her now. Bit of a question potentially on Grace New in goal. But a really great finish, and you got to feel sorry for New. She probably wasn't expecting a shot from that distance, and it was really well executed as well from Altamore. What a great start for Belconnen.
Came off the boot with some pace and arced over the head of Gracie New from Liliana Altamore. Follows up with that goal in the win over Tuggeranong, was it? Did she score in that one? I think she might have.
Yes, she did.
And a cracking finish to get herself off the mark here. Here's Carey. Lisa Carey. She's got a goal to her name already this season as well. To Campley. Overlapping run from Roberts. Delivery into the path of Preston. Shot comes off the back of Ritchie. The chance for Lynch to get involved.
Yeah, it was just in that pass there. Really calmly done by Martinello. Under a lot of pressure as well.
His chance for Preston. McDonough. Altamore again. Altamore looking for a way around the back. Good defensive work. Bright start from Belconnen, though, as you probably expected, Sam.
Yeah, definitely. And they'll be full of confidence, and they're playing that way at the moment. We saw how calm they were, kind of walking out onto the pitch, and that's translated to this game as well. Majura penned right back. They're dropping so far back. Carmel Lynch as well. The furthest player forward for Majura is right back in there with the midfielders as well. So they're really starting out defensively.
Collapse, please.
Corrie going around the outside. Delivery's good as well. Altamore came in. Rather swung at it. Lynch. Strong, powerful runner. Trying to get away from Highmarsh. Bounces off of Highmarsh. Been a good addition, Carmel Lynch.
She has. We've seen her kind of goal-scoring abilities. That's her ability there. Her strength on the ball and ability to hold the ball up. Yeah, just bounced off Highmarsh like she wasn't even there. Really impressive from Lynch.
We're going to need to rely on Lynch holding that ball up. Another one for Altamore to chase.
It's a really great ball from Highmarsh. Altamore unlucky not to keep that one in, but really great pick out.
I'm going to try and fix your headset here, my friend, because it keeps dropping in and out.
Be a lot closer together, please.
We will figure it out anyway. We can hear you though, Sam. That's the important thing. Southam with the goal kick. Hubs on by Highmarsh. Towards her own goal. Steinacker to bring it forward. McDonough. Looking for the switch to this near side, and Roberts. Good bit of defensive work in the end by Majura. Nyamache couldn't quite get it forward, and Corrie's won it back. Defensive work was done well. Eliza Baker on this near side. Well, in cup football, Sam, of course, if you're expected to win, it's always good to get an early goal just to settle the nerves.
Yeah, especially with Majura's game plan sitting back so deep. The longer the game continued, maybe, potentially Belconnen hadn't scored. They might have got a little bit frustrated.
Highmarsh. Back for Steinacker. That'll be a free kick. A foul by Johansson Cranfield, and this is danger.
It is, and we've seen some good deliveries from Highmarsh before throughout the season. This time probably would favour the shot on goal. It's pretty central, and you'd back her out of anyone on the field to kind of pick out the top corner potentially.
Well, Izzy Highmarsh is the favourites. 3 in the wall for you. Highmarsh yet to get off the mark in terms of goals this season. 7 minutes into this one, fancies it from distance. Highmarsh, that's always too high though. Not a best hit, but you could see what was in her mind.
Yeah, disappointing effort from Highmarsh, just because she's such a quality striker of the football. Well over the bar in the end, not one that'll trouble Gracie New in goal. Yeah, I think the shot was definitely on from that angle. Difficult to kind of cross the ball in from such a central position.
Belconnen United have only lost 1 cup match in the last 12 years. That was the 2022 cup final, in which they were defeated by Canberra Olympic. It is some record.
Wow.
I mean, there can't be a team in the world with a record as good as that, I wouldn't have thought.
That's honestly outrageous. And hopefully Majura weren't reading that before the game, because that's not anything to kind of inspire you to get a big win. But
I mean, the sheer expectation from this team in blue is that they will win and get to the final again, because that's what they do.
yeah.
Lisa Carey looking for the run of Roberts. Up against Layla Barber. Lena Roberts. Good change of direction, good change of pace. Johansson Cranfield away. It's going to come straight back though. Lisa Carey. Roberts on the stretch. Again up against Barber. Confident player, Lena Roberts. You can see why. A twist and a turn. And another twist and another turn. And a chance for Lauren Preston. First touch let her down somewhat. But just a snapshot of what Lena Roberts can bring.
Yeah, she's a quality player. Big fan of her. You can kind of see it in those moments. Very confident to take on her marker. She looked to kind of be dribbling through the whole team to score on that occasion. Really quality play. Good to see her start from the off as well.
Lauren Preston might have done better once she got hold of it. Roberts wins that header. Alex Martins. Roberts. Martins again. Carey. Was picked off by Baker. Trying to link up with Felinetto. Didn't work though, and Steiner can have it again. And you can see the pattern of the play already been set.
See what Majura are trying to do on a few occasions. They've had some nice touches, but yeah, unable to hold on to the ball for more than a few passes. That's the quality of Belconnen.
Isabella Highmarsh looking to pick out a pass. Over the head of Barber. Now Roberts is going to get there first. It's Alina Roberts across the face of goal, and it could have been 2, but for Altamore missing her kick. A really good chance for the youngster to double her tally.
Again, started by another great ball from Highmarsh. Roberts with the first time ball in behind, right option taken from her. Good weight on the pass as well into the area. Ultimately unlucky. She could have 2 or 3 goals so far.
McDonough's cross doesn't come in to play. So here's a bizarre stat for you. You'll be aware of this. People at home might not. All 4 of the goals scored by Carmel Lynch this season have been scored inside the opening 17 minutes of the 2 games she's played. She got the hat-trick in the first, well, a 6-minute hat-trick in round 1, 11, 13 and 17. And she opened the score in the 14th minute against the Wanderers. Loves an early goal.
She does, and yeah, that'll be a confidence booster for Majura. They've got off to a good start in both of their games so far. Not yet tonight, but still early in the game.
Out for Carey. Stumbles in inopportune moments for her. Southam does well to step away. Then runs into the presence of De Campley, doing a bit of defensive work alongside Carey. Steinacker. McDonough. Blue Devils camped in Majura territory. Shot at a goal is from Martins. Rather more routine for New.
Yeah, good hands again from New. She's had a few of those where she's caught the ball really well. Confidence building back into her game, hopefully.
Distribution is not too bad. It goes a fair way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The punt out of the hand from Gracie New, but Carmel Lynch is isolated at the moment. They haven't been able to get Olivia Martinello around her. Carey. Nyamachea back there.
Yeah, well defended by Nyamachea, but Majura sitting so far back, kind of inviting that long ball over the top, testing the pace of that back line as well.
Quite a few of these players in this Majura setup would have been part of that under-17s Charity Shield that you commentated on earlier in the season, Sam.
Yeah, there's definitely a few names. Defensively, they were really good that day. Unlucky against Belconnen, but Nyamachea was a performer in particular who was really good. Barber was good as well. So players who are great footballers, but this is a big step up to the NPL.
Corrie. Martins. Preston. Comes for Martins, and that's 2. Beautifully worked by the Blue Devils. And Alex Martins with the first time finish into the bottom corner. And already after 13 minutes, Belconnen United look like they're on their way to the last 4.
Yeah, already. What a great goal as well. The interplay between a few Belconnen players and a quality finish from Martins on the right foot. Straight into the bottom corner. That's what you get with a quality team. 1 chance, 1 goal for Martins, who's a really important signing for Belconnen as well, and getting a season off to a good start.
Well, for those of you who watch a lot of football, 2-goal leads are no good these days, are they?
True.
Saw that with United Leon when they led 2-0 and threw that away to go 4-2 down, only to win it. Plenty of other things. I watched a game in the week. It was 4-4 in the first half, some German Bundesliga match.
Yeah, it was Union versus Stuttgart.
Outstanding, wasn't it? Love that kind of football.
Bundesliga is the best league, honestly.
Defending entirely optional, but it was 8 goals in the first half. There'll be a lot of people, Ian Worthington's one of them, that would hate that.
Defending's not why we love the game. I think defending's so overrated, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll love the goals.
Collapse! Layla!
There's a chance for Preston. McDonough. Popped out here for Lisa Carey, and a bit of space for the right fullback to work. A lot of room and a lot of grass in which to run. And then can't find the pass wide. Barber stepped in. Good bit of defending. Steinacker.
Barber's made a good start to the game at right back. Difficult task on her hands, especially up against Alina Roberts, but the glimpses we've seen of her on the ball, she's been very good.
Baker forwards. High Marsh just patrolling that area. McDonough. Looking for the little 1-2. Blue Devils in complete command of this at the moment. High Marsh finds Carey. Ball wide to Roberts. And Carey. And shots on here for DeCampley. Was blocked. Nyamachea can get rid of it. You see, Liliana Altamore's goal against Tuggeranong was initially credited to Eilish McDonough.
Ah, okay, that explains it.
Yeah, in the 74th minute. And later changed to Altamore. I haven't seen it myself yet, but...
Yeah, I think there was maybe on dribble, it was, initially wrong, but yeah, good to see the goals now credited to her. Exciting moment for her.
Absolutely. An NPL goal and a Federation Cup goal to her name.
Yeah,
already
what a
this season.
Been, yeah.
I'm sure they won't be the last she scores. Might be some more for her tonight, the way it's going. How'd you go in round 2, by the way?
We drew. Yeah.
UC Pumas Division...
UC Stars. Mighty Division 7.
They used to be called Pumas, didn't they? Called themselves the Stars, not Division 7 yet. Got yourself a draw. Is that a win and a draw or a draw and a loss?
That's a draw and a loss. Yeah.
So you're off the mark for the season, Sam. That's the important thing. And you're enjoying it down there in the Community League?
Yeah. Well, we only won 3 games last season, so you know it's an improvement.
It's a positive start.
Yeah.
Thumped clear by Furlaneto. Be a lot of frustrated footballers. It's great to have a weekend off, isn't it? But there will be a lot of people that would sat around last weekend, twiddling their thumbs on Easter, going, "Oh, which football was on?" Yeah. Back this weekend, though, across capital football, across the region. Junior League edging ever closer as well. And the Kanga Cup update for those of you that are interested. Pretty much registration is almost closed. There's 324 spots this season. Nearly all of them are full already, which is an incredible effort. Could have had so many more teams in. It's just not the room, unfortunately.
Is that 324 different teams?
Different teams,
wow,
yeah.
Well,
amazing. Different clubs. Some teams have, some teams have different, bring 5 or 6, but 324 different actual individual teams in the competition.
Wow.
That's not till July, of course. Second week of July this year. Roberts, a little 1-2 with Corrie. Roberts again. Shout out to Kane and Sluice and Jyotika Singh. Both footballers in their own right. Kane with Majura, Jyotika with first grade Tuggeranong. We'll see her tomorrow, potentially in the Federation Cup. They've been working solidly trying to sort these Kanga Cup teams into pools and into age grade competitions and that kind of thing.
Sorting 324 different teams.
Different age groups. It's so hard. Trying to please everybody because they split into cup, plate and shield depending on different levels that you play at. It's a thankless task, but we'll thank them anyway. Doing a great job. Here's Marsh for Belconnen. It's overhit slightly and New should get there before Altamore. Reads the game well, Gracie New.
Yeah, she does. She's becoming a bit of a calming presence for Majura at the back.
Here's a chance for Lynch. First time that she's got away momentarily, brought down by McDonough with the shoulder to shoulder, and she stayed down, Karma Lynch. And you hope that that is not as bad as it looks from this distance, because she is clutching that knee. And you're wondering whether she's in a lot of pain.
Not the player you want to see down for Majura. Really disappointing. So hopefully she's okay.
Well, while she's down and getting a bit of treatment, I'm going to try and fix your microphone here, mate. Tell us what you've seen so far, Sam, while I try and fix this up for you.
Yeah, it's been a good start to the game from Belconnen. Obviously, expected dominance start to the game from them. Majura haven't really had an answer to their pressure. They've been sitting back deep. They've tried to play out at times and haven't quite got it right. But difficult coming up against a team that have lost 1 game in 12 years in this competition. So Belconnen have started the way we expected.
Well, Karma Lynch looks in a lot of pain over there. Wonder if she's jarred her knee when she went down under that challenge with McDonough. And as you say, this is not someone they want to lose with 4 goals in 2 games to her name as well. Everybody needs a goal scorer in their team, and Majura might have one.
Yeah, the way she's scoring her goals as well, really impressive, and a really great player to have in the league. When she's scoring that quality goals, pulled out a few goal celebrations as well, which you always love to see. So, yeah, really hope she's okay.
Well, she's sitting up, which is a good sign, but wondering if it might be the end of her evening. Majura have defended well. They're 2-0 down, Sam, but they have put an effort in. And we are watching live Federation Cup football quarterfinals. Belconnen leading by 2-0, brought to you by our sponsors, Allstate Towing, Electro Tinj, Deakin Club, Kitro Excavations, Rhythm Snowsports, Canberra PC Repair, LJ Hooker, and Xela Construction. We were talking about 2-goal leads, but it is really hard to see a way back from Majura, considering that the quality they're playing against, and that's no disrespect to them as a football team.
And we just got a glimpse just then when Lynch was in, potentially of a way they can peg them back, as Belconnen pushing so many numbers forward. It does look unlikely, but just in that moment there, we saw there potentially that could be a way to goal, but that was through Lynch. And yeah, I don't know if she'll be able to continue
still getting some treatments on that far side. We can remind you tomorrow at Canberra 2, Kelly Sturton, Para Matilda's world champion head coach, will join myself for Tuggeranong United versus Canberra, Croatia, second of the quarterfinals. Tuesday the 30th, Wednesday the 30th for the next Canberra Olympic versus Gungahlin United. And then Thursday the 1st, ANU versus West Canberra Wanderers. The winner of this will play the winner of Canberra Olympic versus Gungahlin, which means, of course, the winner of Tuggeranong Croatia will play ANU or the Wanderers. Kamal Lynch being helped off behind the goal. Seems to be walking okay, though. It looks like an arm more than a knee, which is good news.
Yeah, that's...
Fell awkwardly, though, didn't she?
Yeah, it is good news, because, yeah, I think initially it looked like potentially she was holding the knee, but, yeah, just clutching that arm, so hopefully it's not a bad injury. Hopefully she can continue, or at least be back for the next MPL game.
We'll see how she gets her treatment. Midway through the first half.
Ladies, give it back. Lift. Drop off, lift. And we start to collapse, ladies. Start to collapse.
I think Majura potentially, yeah, I think that made a change. Looks like there's 11 on the field.
Trying to see who it might have been that came on while we were discussing. We're trying to fix the microphone. It's a chance for Belconnen United with DeCampley dancing around in the penalty area. Won by Namacher, did brilliantly to do so. Baker can bring it forward. Martiniello.
Yeah, a bit of encouragement there for Majura. Really well played by Nyamache. Running out of defence, and she continued to run forward. It's a positive move from them.
Margot Sieb is the player that's come on. For Kamal Lynch. It looks like it's a shoulder injury, doesn't it? Over on that far side, perhaps. They're putting her arm in a sling, so maybe the shoulder's popped out. Hopefully, from her point of view, that's not too long-term. It will be painful, for sure.
Yeah, best wishes to her. Be good to see her back as soon as possible.
Here goes Altamore, whose shot comes in off the crossbar. And there's a chance on the turn for Corrie. Was DeCampley, I think, in fact, wasn't it? Who hit it?
No, it was Anika Corrie, yeah.
And then Corrie on the rebounds. Couldn't quite turn it home.
No, it's a difficult one to pull off, though. On the spin, kind of hitting the ball, didn't quite have a good side of goal with the back to goal initially. So, yeah, not as bad as it potentially looks, but a big chance missed from Belconnen.
With a crossbar to the rescue.
Abby, step up. Layla, tuck in.
And as you mentioned, Altamore could have had a hat-trick already tonight.
She could.
Looking very lively down that middle when she's cutting in from that flank.
Yeah, not really knocking her at all. She's been really dangerous. Arguably their most dangerous player going forward at times. So it's a positive bit of play by her that's creating these opportunities.
Steinecker finds Carey. High Marsh's drop deep to conduct. McDonough to the left.
Layla, do not go any more central, Abby.
Steinecker. Carey. Has it back from Roberts.
Lift.
Roberts still going. Namacher away.
Yeah, you got to applaud the determination of this Majura team. They have not stopped running, determined to win the ball back, but Belconnen very classy in their possession to evade the press, really.
Roberts. Back for High Marsh. Picks up Steinecker. Maddie Steinecker's got some room. Corrie. Preston Martins. They've worked those little 1-2s nicely around the box.
They have. And it's been difficult because Majura have been putting on the pressure. They've been trying to force mistakes out of that Belconnen team, but they haven't really made it any, as you say. They've been playing some nice football. That's how they created the second goal for Martins as well.
McDonough. Little twist and turn. Has it back again. Martins. Altamore. Maybe Richards with the challenge. Good tackle too. They've been pretty good defensively, haven't they? Even though they've conceded a couple. Put bodies on the line.
They have. And it's, yeah, the way the game started, it's a bit of a different game now. They've been a bit better defensively, as you said. Some really good performances. Nyamach's looked really good at the back. For someone so young as well, playing at this level, really impressive. Southam's had some good touches as well.
They've had a lot of work to do. Potentially more to do here. McDonough looking for a ball in and will win a corner kick. It's quite frightening when you look to our right and have a look at this Belconnen bench with Steffi Legends, Pill Teen, Caitlin Kosh, Gemma Tosland, Claire Joseph, a former ANU goalkeeper, 20 Premier League games to her appearance, to her name, sitting on the bench as well tonight. Good pickup. Delivery in from Highmarsh. They can't clear it at the moment. The effort from a distance is beautifully finished. It's a double for Alex Martins. She has absolutely rammed that into the top goal corner. Not a chance for Gracie New. And it's 3-0 and possibly game over. Yeah,
well, that's just a simple case of quality from Alex Martins. It's a notable difference between the two teams. Majura don't really have that type of player. Martins with a second goal. What a finish that is. They haven't had the most clear-cut chances lately, but what a finish that is. One kind of half chance, a bit of a snapshot, and she puts it in the top corner. That's the quality of Belconnen.
Here they come again. Looking for more. Hungry for more. Roberts twisting and turning in the penalty area. Worked out nicely by Nyamache. Highmarsh. Preston. And this is it, the thing about Belconnen. Once they get 2 or 3, they want 5 or 6 or 7. They don't stop.
You saw it in the Togrenong game. I mean, they did not stop all game. They didn't have a drop-off period too often. You see when you have a high-scoring first half, they drop off. They just wanted more and more. Got to feel a bit sorry for Tuggeranong because it was just an absolute wave of pressure for 90 minutes.
Roberts. Vanessa Ritchie's had a torrid time out on that wing trying to deal with Liliana Altamore. Doesn't get a break when they switch, does she?
No, she doesn't.
She's got to deal with Alina Roberts.
Yeah. Can't really win, unfortunately.
Same on this near side for Layla Barber. Good to break from Roberts, only to have to face Altamore now. Can't even have a break if you go in the middle, can you, with DeCampley in there?
No, you don't get a break against this team.
Insatiable appetite for goals continues to work on United. Not including the 3 goals netted by 2 different players. 9 different Belconnen players have already scored this season, which is quite incredible. They've kind of shared them about. They've now got 22 goals this season, 11 in the first half and 11 in the second.
Yeah, that's it. They don't take their foot off the pedal. They go for the full 90. And you talk about the way they're sharing goals around, they're sharing assists around as well. It's coming from all over the field. And you mentioned Ailish McDonough as well, centre back, 2 goals in 2 games coming into this one. Just how do you stop them really this season?
She might only have 1 now if they've taken that 1 off her though. We'll see.
Oh, true. Just the 1 then.
Horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's gone forwards here. Scored an absolute scorcher header, didn't she?
She
against,
did.
Canberra Olympic. Chance for Haimash to perhaps pick her out here. Delivery is in towards McDonough, over her head though, and over Preston. Altamore got a touch on it, Yamache can't clear it. In the end it was Ritchie, I think, who got rid of it, only as far as Steinacker, who thought about it and then finds McDonough. Steinacker. Martins. Comes to Martins again. Corrie turns and hits. Loops away, but mounting pressure.
It is. And Majura, it's good to see them kind of forcing them to play around the box as well, forcing them to shoot long instead of allowing them to play through them. So that's a positive that they can take out of that move there.
Well, they were under no illusions, were they, Majura, when they were coming into this one tonight, that it was going to be a tough examination for them. And they'll keep plugging away. Clearance by Southam's good towards Baker. Haimash just takes it off of though. Just these things you have to do a little bit quicker around the top sides in this division. Steiner for McDonough. For those of you not familiar with the ACT women's football scene, Majura new to the Premier League this year. Good take that by Gracie, new good hands. They played their football in the Community League Women's Division 1 competition last season. They won 10 matches, drew 4, lost just 4. Finished 7 points behind the champions South Canberra. Different kind of looking Majura side there, a lot of youngsters in this one. Margot Sieb looking for a run in that corner.
Yeah, Margot Sieb nearly an on goal there. Nearly a really big moment for Majura. It's just a little warning for Belconnen that they are capable going forward.
One of a number of former ANU WFC players in this squad, Margot Sieb. Played twice for the University Club last year in the Women's Premier League. Some defending for the Blue Devils to do. Preston looking to launch a break. Corrie eating up the turf. And now inviting Roberts, 3-on-3 here at the moment. Corrie's continued her run forward. Roberts is looking for DeCampley. Nyamache was well placed to clear, only as far as Preston. Martins. Haimash has a go from long range. Well, that tipped and wasn't too far away. Gracie knew. Thinks she had it covered, the goalkeeper. Good defending there for Nyamache. And just going back to what you spoke about her in the Charity Shield as well, in the under-17, stepped up to first grade and is doing a good job.
She is. She doesn't look out of place at all, which is a massive credit to her. And she's there again, the last player back to make that crucial clearance for Majura.
Needed to, because there was 2-3 Blue Devils players
There
looking
was.
for a goal.
Now, how fit to Belconnen look? From one end to the other, they've got about 4 or 5 players bursting forward.
It was nice to see Majura throwing some numbers into that attack where they wanted to have a go. It's the kind of football they want to play, though, isn't it, Majura? They want to try and get on the front foot if they can. It's easier said than done.
It is. Yeah, they've had a few little glimpses going forward that they can potentially unlock that Belconnen defence, but as much as they've been good going forward, they're very switched on defensively. They haven't kind of lapsed in concentration at all, despite not really touching the ball many times or focusing on the defensive side of their game.
McDonough steps in. That wind is howling around these microphones, isn't it? Lisa Carey is picking up here at Woden Park, the wind. You can probably hear it at home. Very exposed ground, this one. With the athletics track that goes all the way around it. The long jump and high jump pits behind us.
Could we potentially see a goal celebration in any of them? There's the high jump one as well.
I mean, I've never seen anyone celebrate with the mats, but they're there, aren't they?
That would be cool. That would be very cool. I think that'd be worth a few goals, to be honest.
Fulanetto. Baker takes it off of Carey. Looks for Martinello. I might have to go on her own here. Breaks for Fulanetto. Good touch away from Carey, but unfortunately for Majura, Steinacker had read the danger and just dropped into that position. Rare touch for Laurel Ty.
Yeah, really well read by Steinacker. Strong challenge again from McDonough.
Haimush to clip it towards Corrie. It's a lovely ball to get Annika Corrie in behind. Chops inside and forces the save from New. Positioned herself well. Again, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, she's very calm when she saves those ones as well.
Barber, chance to be released from the shackles and find Baker. Majura on the front foot. Liza Baker, Olivia Martinello. Nice feet. Baker's offside. But better from Majura.
Yeah, a lot better. Nice touches as well from Martinello. You mentioned 15 years old. She hasn't really looked out of place as well.
How about the run from Barber?
Yeah, really good run. Good skill as well from Eliza Baker, I think.
McDonough to send it over the top towards Corrie, who's in on goal here. Annika Corrie bearing down on New. Is this another? It is. Hammered home by Annika Corrie. One ball over the top court, Majura, and I think that will make them a bit cross defensively. But Annika Corrie wasn't going to miss when she got in.
No, they've done so well defensively to be unlocked so easily like that. They will feel a little bit disappointed, but they committed a few numbers forward, and that's the danger against Belconnen. What a finish from Corrie as well. She looks a really good signing for Belconnen. She's had some really nice touches as well in this game, and deservedly they get their fourth.
Well, do you remember when we said 9 different players have scored for Belconnen this season? You can make it 10 now. Annika Corrie's got her first of the campaign. We can hear David Roberto. He sat not too far away from us, and he was screaming that that was going to happen, and it did exactly that. And he wrote it down in his notebook. I'm sure there'll be some words at half-time. But Corrie, once you got that first touch, you never thought there was going to be any other outcome, did you?
No, and what a finish as well. Those ones where you have a lot of time, it's easy to potentially get them wrong, but stayed really calm and into the roof of the net, if you don't mind. What a finish.
A pure strike of the ball. And Belconnen, well, they've got 4. And they're on course for another big win. They might be on course for another goal here. Roberts goes down into the challenge, shouts for a penalty, and after a thinking moment, Thomas Stuparic points to the spots.
Yeah. And again, the goals come, the ball from Haimush again is really well weighted, but she's kind of utilised the wind there as well. It's kind of dipped. It's a difficult one to read, and it was hit really hard as well from Haimush, so good opportunity for Roberts after she won the penalty, but she read it really well. She's earned this penalty herself.
Alina Roberts from the penalty spots. Yet to get off the mark for herself this season. Usually very deadly from these kind of situations, Alina Roberts, and a chance to put this one over the hill and far away for the Blue Devils. It's Roberts. No stopping that. Cracks it home. And 5 minutes before the break, the Blue Devils have got 5, and that was unstoppable.
That was. You got to feel for Grayson New in goal, and absolutely nothing she could do about that. What a finish from Roberts, who's looked so confident today, and she's matched that with a really confident penalty as well. She's deserved that goal. She earned it herself, and she's put it away very comfortably.
Remember when we said there was 10 Belconnen players found the net this season? 11 players on the score sheet already for Belconnen United. Goals, goals, goals. Barber. 3 in the Charity Shield against Olympic, 5 against Olympic in the league, 11 against Tuggeranong. 5 more here tonight already. They are relentless and ruthless.
And still looking to get forward every single opportunity.
Haimush. Belconnen perhaps underlining their favouritism for the trophies this season. They won't like us saying it, but from what we've seen, that might be the case. Although we've not seen much of Croatia yet because all the games seem to be called off. Deakin wants to get in on the act. We will see Canberra Croatia tomorrow in the Cup. And then on Sunday against Belconnen, that will be a cracker. No Brit Palombi at the moment for Canberra Croatia. She injured herself at the futsal training session, the women's futsal training session. We wish her a best recovery and speedy recovery and get her back on the park as soon as we can. Steinacker is dipping. Not enough to trouble New.
Yeah, not a bad effort there from Steinacker. I think she's been looking to have a shot a few times, and it's actually a really good effort. It looked to be potentially dipping into that top left corner. Why not as well, with Majura sat so far back.
Yamache. Straight into the desk below us. Sturdy though. Hi Marsh. Well, it's a case of damage limitation for Majura. It's a case of how many can they get for Belconnen. Roberts to swing it in, New to punch. Baker's touch looking for Furlanetto. High Marsh sends it straight back from where it came and wasn't far away. Izzy High Marsh had a couple of sighters.
She has. She's getting closer as well, and what's so impressive is she can do it on either foot as well, which is really a great attribute to have for a midfielder as well. She can hit those balls long and she can have shots on goal as well. I think she's getting closer.
Running the show, Izzy High Marsh. Plenty of touches, plenty of time to pick out the passes and the accuracy to find one like that to Roberts. Ritchie recovers well.
Yeah, really well defended by Ritchie there. Especially up against Roberts. Really quick to get on that loose touch. Win it back as well. Good strength to hold her off.
Carey. Little 1-2 with Corrie. Yamache pops it away. Maddie Steinacker. Carey again. Closing stages of the first half. About a minute and a bit to go. We'll try and get the call to see how many minutes we get added on. Interesting halftime team talks coming up for both teams. Interesting to see what changes might be made for the Blue Devils with Canberra Croatia in mind on the weekend. Altamore. Martinello. Now there's a chance on the break. He's got Baker making a run in front of him. Wants to stay on side. She's strayed just a little too far. Martinello held the ball perhaps slightly too long.
Yeah, that's a big let off for Belconnen because they had essentially one player back in Maddie Steinacker. Just the timing of the pass from Martinello a little bit off. Potentially a case of inexperience for her. For a lot of this Majura team, as they grow, as they play more games, you expect them to turn into a really good team if they stay together or move on to other clubs. Still early in their careers.
Roberts, who scored the penalty. McDonough. He's got time to try and pick a pass here, but I think Preston had strayed offside. Johansson Cranfield can bring it forward for Majura. Looking for the run of Martinello. Working hard, Olivia Martinello.
Yeah, she is.
Roberts. Angle ball for Deakin. Joanne Southam with the challenge. Into stoppage time at the end of the first half, just as the wind dies down. Of course it does.
It's not very thoughtful.
No. Preston. McDonough. Majura will get to regroup at half-time. David Roberto will have the chat with his players, as will Scott Conlon. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of changes at half-time for Belconnen.
Yeah, particularly with as you said, the game coming up. Looks like this game's wrapped up. Chance to
Well,
get
it'd be a
some.
remarkable comeback if it snorts.
It would. It would.
Corrie gets away from Baker. Altamore. Corrie.
Forward! Step forward! Step forward!
High Marsh. Allowed a long time to pick a shot here. Bounces through to New. I think it's fair to say, of the 5 goals, there's nothing she could have done about any of them.
No, I think she's had a really good game. She's been very calm at the back. She's caught a lot of balls very cleanly. Distribution as well, pretty good. And yeah, nothing she could really do about most of those goals, unfortunately.
Steinecker. Altamore. Martins. Couldn't quite get on the end of it. First Federation Cup quarter-final going much the way it was expected to. Many people would have thought that Belconnen would get through on this one, and they would score a few goals along the way, and it's been much as predicted, notwithstanding some good defensive moments for Majura. And a couple of sporadic breaks as well. Corrie, that deflects into the path of Lisa Carey, whose delivery was for Preston. Couldn't wrap her foot around it.
No, difficult one from that angle. Preston to get that one on target.
And that brings the half to a close. Sam Watson in a half in which Belconnen scored early, and once they had, they scored often. And at half-time, they're cruising.
Yeah, it's been a thing that's consistent with their whole season so far. They just haven't stopped. They kept going. Credit to Majura defensively, though. For most of that game, they were very switched on. It was just the quality of Belconnen most of the time, which kind of unlocked them. Some of the goals were really good. And yeah.
Liliana Altamore scored early in the second minute of the game, and then there was a brace for Alex Martins within 60 minutes of each other. Annika Corrie made it 4-0 after Martins very closely following that third goal. Alina Roberts then struck a penalty 5 minutes before the break, and Belconnen United, well, as I mentioned, what was it, something like 9 of the last 10 cup finals? Well, they're stepped towards yet another semi-final place is theirs for the losing at half-time here at Woden Park. It's Belconnen United 5, Majura 0. Welcome back to Woden Park for Federation Cup quarter-final football, brought to you by our sponsors, Allstate Towing. Broken down or been in an accident, give Allstate Towing a call, your 24/7 local trusted towing company. Electro Tinj, proudly supporting the Capital Football Australia Cup qualifying rounds. Deakin Club, the family-friendly football club. Kitro Excavations for all your excavation and earth-moving needs. Rhythm Snowsports, ignite the stoke. Canberra PC Repair, IT support when you need it most. LJ Hooker for your real estate needs. Contact Lukas at LJ Hooker. And Xela Construction, commercial builders proudly supporting grassroots football. My name's Russ Gibbs. Sam Watson still with me. 5-0 at half-time, Sam. This is when we look around and go, have they made any changes?
Yeah, I think it doesn't quite look like it at the moment, but you don't expect Belconnen to take their foot off the pedal, given what we've seen from them this season. Potentially, it looks like Belconnen.
Belconnen, yeah.
Yeah.
She's going to come on. Let's have a look over the other side. Anybody there as well? I don't believe so. Belconnen, now we play. Who's she come on for? We love this game.
Yep.
We'll look out there and see which one of the players has departed. Alina Roberts is on this near side. Doesn't look like she's going to go back on the field. And she is. Make a liar on me.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun. I've got a feeling it might be a positional change here.
Potentially. It doesn't look like Ailish McDonough is on the field at the moment.
Might well be a positional change. I think you might have nailed that, mate.
Or Lauren Preston. Oh, no, she's over
Lauren
there.
Preston's
yeah.
over there. I can't see McDonough.
Looks like that.
We're going to go Belconnen for McDonough. We're going to lock it in, Eddie.
We are.
Which will be interesting because that might be a change to 3 at the back, maybe. We will see.
They were kind of only playing with one defender at the back anyway, so don't know how much of a change it'll be. On paper, that's it.
We love it on paper. So Belconnen, I mean, if you're Majura, you're looking over at a player of that quality coming off the bench and seeing what she can bring to the party. They scored early in the first half. And you think they'll be on the front foot early in the second.
Yeah, you definitely expect so. And the ball's coming to Izzy Highmarsh again. She was as we mentioned, the conductor of that first half, so important to see her on the ball again.
Roberts, team's first involvement. First thing I can tell you about the second half is I can hear you so much better this half.
Yeah.
Fixed it. Michael's done his job. Can you hear me better as well?
I can.
You're so much better,
yeah.
Technical wizard, Michael, on the camera, not just with the camera, but with the mixing desk as well.
That's why they're paying the big bucks.
100% it is. Izzy Highmarsh. Good switch of ball. Vanessa Ritchie got a toe on it. Comes out to Corrie. And he knows one way, and that's forward. Roberts. Very dynamic runner, Annika Corrie. Took a goal well in the first half, the 4th of 5 that Belconnen have scored already. Tomorrow, Tuggeranong United will play Canberra, Croatia. Canberra 2 in quarter-final 2 of the Federation Cup. Every year the Federation Cup comes round, Sam, and you've been on this with me for a couple of years now. We talk about, wouldn't it be great if there was an Australia Cup for the winners to go through? Come back to that in a minute as Preston sends it in and DeCampley scoops it over. But it is missing, isn't it, the Women's Federation Cup? We were promised, Australia Cup. We were promised one a while back. Off the back of the Women's World Cup, there was talk about it happening, but it hasn't.
No, it would be so cool. I think it is difficult because a lot of A-League players play in the NPL in the A-League off-season, but maybe if they can work on the fixtures of those two leagues, like it would be so good. It would be so good.
Well, the A-League's been playing now while NPL's going on around the country. Just play the players you've got that aren't in the A-League.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway, Steinacker, Highmarsh, Corrie. I think everybody would love to see it. Roberts. It'd be great to see our top female talents, our club lads on those stages like we see with the men. Johansson Cranfield to stab it away towards us.
Yeah, really great tackle back there by Vanessa Ritchie. He's had a few of those throughout the game.
Preston. Highmarsh. That's a delightful sweep of a pass. It's going to break rather fortuitously for DeCampley. Couldn't find Belconnen. They're going to have it back a go very quickly, though.
Yeah, you do wonder how a team like this Belconnen team would go up against other NPL sides. We've seen a few NPL players play for Canberra United as well, so yeah, it'd be really cool to see.
Hi, Marsh. Would have been good to see down the years. Anthony Yagarinitz's Belconnen United outfit that was sweeping all before it. Comes here for Roberts, who blazes it over the bar. That would have been some team to watch, the Yagarinitz's team against the best of the best. I did do a game one time, I can't remember if I've told you this, might have back in the day. Belconnen played Sydney University at, I think it was Hawker, if memory serves right. It might have been McKellar, I can't remember exactly, but it was 1-0 to Sydney University. It was a cracking game. It's just a glimpse of what might have been in the women's competition. Martins gets a little 1-2.
Yeah, would have been good at that time, but you think about Sam Kerr, Caitlin Ford was still playing in the W League as it was, so that would have been an even bigger task back then, but would have been really cool to see.
Roberts, Kerry into the middle. Comes for DeCampley. I mean, there's an argument to be said that you could have a tournament that didn't involve the Women's A-League teams, isn't it? And just play it with the club sides. And then that negates that issue of them being off-season and not being around.
You could.
Many of the A-League players.
That'd hopefully become the Women's Australian Championship, hopefully soon. No real word on that, though, at the moment.
Yeah, come on, FA, if you're listening. High Marsh into the middle. One that's come off of Nyamache, could have gone anywhere. I think it was hooked away off the line. I've dodged one there. Majura. Preston. Space for Altamore to have a run. Martins held up by Hansen Cranfield. That's good defending by Majura. They forced Belconnen a long way back.
Yeah, really good. Really pleasing for David Roberto. They've done it a few times really well in that first half as well, forcing them to play around the box.
Good touch to Campley. Roberts steps away and gets a shot away, and New again. Just gets her hands behind the ball. Holds on to things well, doesn't she, the goalkeeper? Doesn't spill anything.
No, she doesn't. She hasn't spilled a single one.
We've
been aimed at her.
Cursed her now,
oh, no.
Why did we say that? Roberts. Carey. But yeah, credit where it's due. She's held on to everything.
Yeah, and credit to Nyamache again. When Alina Roberts had that first kind of instance.
Teen, Martins, Teen. Yeah, Nyamache's been very impressive.
She has. Really good player. Hasn't really made a notable error so far in this game, and she's been under pressure for the whole game, which is really impressive.
Positioning's been super to cut out when Belconnen have had numerous overloads. Give a shout out to the 4 boys I watched yesterday in the Australia Under-18s competition. Campbell Reid flew all the way back from England to play with Australian schoolboys against New Zealand. Michael Pradesina went onto the pitch. Pradesina and scored with almost his first touch. Roberts looking to add to her tally. Cadell Zwangabani went on as a central defender in the second half and did well. And Stevie Neelan, Tuggeranong United forward, he's just come back off a week's trial at Auckland in the A-League.
Has he? Okay.
Which was kept tightly under wraps.
Not anymore.
Well, it's happened now, so I was told I could mention it.
I thought you were leaking it.
Nah.
Okay.
Kept it under wraps for a week and a bit.
Wow, well
Got
done.
the picture. No, I'm good, aren't I? Secret safe with me. So if you've got any hot goss, mate, you can tell us later on.
Yeah, some Division 7 potential transfers I'll let you know about.
Oh, you let us know.
Yeah.
I'll tell him to Fabrizio Romano. He'll be able to...
Nah, Fabrizio knows.
He's already
He
knows. He
knows.
knows where you're going before you do.
He does.
Absolutely, he does. Alex Martins. Lauren Preston. Second half's been mostly Belconnen in terms of possession, as you would have expected. You can see down here on this near side, where Michael can see there's a bit of an instruction here for Olivia Martinello from David Roberto. Taking the opportunity while the ball's being fetched to have a word with his striker, who's been ploughing a rather lonely furrow up top.
Yeah, difficult job for her to make up for the loss of Carmel Lynch. Had some good moments though, Martinello. Someone so young as well.
Doing some defensive work here with Lisa Carey in opposition. Shout out for Candice as well, who's doing a great ball girl job, isn't she? The team manager for Majura. Ball lady, I should say. Some blankets there on the bench from Majura. It's turning into that time of year, isn't it? It's nearly Anzac Day. You get to turn on your heater, don't you?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
My daughter asked me whether that was an actual thing, that we couldn't turn it on till Anzac Day. You just got to toughen it out till then. I march through. Ritchie away. Fulaneto helps it further on. Steinacker. Do you have the heating on in your house yet, Sam?
No, I don't really need it. My room gets really stuffy. So, yeah.
You in student accommodation?
I am still keen to leave, though.
Blue Devils putting the pressure on again, ramping it up at the start of the second half, looking for the 6th.
Yeah, Majura responding, though, with good pressure of their own to force that throw in just a few seconds ago.
The press is still good as well from them, and heads haven't gone down at any stage, have they?
No, they haven't.
Which has been really commendable to Majura. To Campley, can't get past Ritchie. That's a really strong challenge from Vanessa Ritchie.
Yeah, she's done it again. She's put in some really good tackles, Vanessa Ritchie.
Melissa de Campley has barely had a sniff of goal, last year's Golden Boot winner.
No, not really.
Everyone else has been in and around her. You'd be surprised if she doesn't get a sniff before the end of the night, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Ritchie kind of winning that battle at the moment with de Campley now off the left-hand side.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that both her and Alina Roberts have just come back from America representing Australian schoolgirls in the Dallas Cup. So they might be a little bit tired.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, I'm quite tired. I only came back from Sydney. Johansson Cranfield intercepted. That's tidily done. Martinello. Good run was made by Baker down the middle there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was Baker. It might have been Seed, in fact.
It's really nice play by Johansson Cranfield to get that move going, though. Lovely spin. Good use of the body as well. And the pass was good.
Yeah, it's Margot Seabird made the run down the middle.
Yeah. They can find those passes. We haven't seen them had a clear chance of goal yet, but it's just that kind of final pass that they're not able to produce at the moment.
High Marsh. Team looking to return it. Well done again. Baker that time. Martinello. Seeb. Martinello just dropped a bit deeper, hasn't she? And Margot Seeb's taken into the 9 position. That's brilliant from Ritchie to keep it in. That's probably what the instruction was from Roberto on the sideline. Melissa de Campley. Southam across. Solid. From Joanne Southam.
Yeah, really well won. Good play again by Ritchie down that right-hand side.
Majura FC back up this fixture with a match on Friday evening when they take on Gungahlin United at Gungahlin enclosed. You on that one as well, Sam?
I am.
Looking forward to that. Nice cold Friday night. Anzac Day match for you on Friday. High Marsh. Gets the shot away. As I mentioned, I'll be on MPLW action on Sunday. Belconnen versus Canberra, Croatia. Venue to be determined. It was supposed to be at McKellar Park, but Canberra United still have that blocked out because they're in finals. So we will see where that match will be played. My vote is Mauritius. Nice and warm.
Mauritius?
It'd be nice and warm there, wouldn't it?
Wow, that'd be a good game.
Yeah.
Who would be the home team in that? If they were determining the distance.
Does it matter?
I think it does. I really think it does.
Well, Deakin's closer to the airport. So does that count?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, the venue for that. We'll keep an eye on our social media channels and our website. We'll keep you across all of the action there. Altamore back, and the shot comes in, and it's beautifully swept home. And it's a hat-trick for Alex Martins. From range again, Alex Martins gets herself a treble. And not a chance for New.
No, you won't see a better catalogue of goals in one game. What a finish again from Martins on the right foot. Again, she's just kind of like that chance there's not an easy one to take it all. She's finished that really well, low and hard. Nothing you could really do about that.
Well, hold on your hats, because Alex Martins has 3. A hat-trick for the Blue Devils. Maya Morton's come on for Olivia Martinello, I think it is, on this near side. A couple of changes for Belconnen. Gemma Toslands wearing number 33, and Steffi Legends replacing Lisa Carey and Maddie Steinacker, respectively. That's what you like, a goal and 3 subs at the same time.
Yeah.
But wonderfully taken by Martin. She's got great technique. And as you say, three very well taken goals from Alex Martins.
Really well taken. What a play they've got in their hands. We saw a bit of a glimpse of her last season at Gungahlin. I think she didn't play as many games towards the end of the season, but when she did play, she was very good, and she's coming on leaps and bounds at Belconnen.
2 in the Premier League, 3 in the Cup, 5 so far for Alex Martins. Great addition to the squad. And as we mentioned in the first half, they won't be settling for this, Belconnen. They will keep going for more. Peltine challenged again. Southam. Part of the Southam footballing dynasty in the family there. Alongside Michael, who's at Tigers, and Benjamin, the goalkeeper. Good group. They'd have some backyard battles. Especially if you've got a goalkeeper in the family. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goalkeeper and a couple of outfield players you can just ping shots at all day.
That is good.
Challenged by Seeb on Toslands. Have Majura got a chance under their belts here? Preston, though, steps in to cover. Corrie finds Legends' first chance. For Steffi Legends to have a run. Roberts. Corrie. Peltine. Just a silky player team. Hi, Marsh. Preston. Might have come off of Preston last for a goal kick.
Yeah, well defended by Majura again. Look how many numbers are forward for Belconnen. Really difficult for Majura to kind of pick up a player, because there's about 9 of them forward.
Martinelli's getting some treatments to a calf injury, it looks down there, doesn't it? Maybe a tweak or an ankle. Ankle? It might be the ankle. I can't quite see, but I can't see behind the bench. So.
Okay. I think it's just an eyesight thing, to be honest.
I don't want to put my head in front of the camera, so looks like an ankle injury. Hopefully that's not too bad, because you don't want to lose both their forwards on one night.
No. She had a good game as well, ran really hard as well. Maybe that's contributing factor.
Yeah, getting a bit of well-earned break, the youngster. Belconnen seeking more goals. Corrie. Preston trying to go the long way rounds. Layla Barber shut the door in her face.
As she's done a few times as well this evening.
It's worth noting perhaps a little bit of a positional change, whether it's by design or by action. Nyamiche's gone a bit further forward, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Try and get involved in the middle of the park, perhaps, to stop this kind of action from Annika Corrie, who's off running. And the shot from snapshot from De Campley, I think it might have been. Couldn't get it on target.
No, but made by really positive play by Annika Corrie. Again, just picking up the ball, really positive, driving forward. What a goal that would have been as well. Well blocked by Majura, though.
Good touch by Corey. Killed it dead, finds Legends. Corey turns away from Fernanetto. Roberts offering some width. And taking on Southam and Ritchie. And getting it in and teeing it up on a plate for Alex Martins to get her fourth. Martins finishes it, but it was all about Alina Roberts in the build-up. And a beautifully taken goal from the Blue Devils adds to the tally.
Yeah, another great bit of football from Belconnen. Another great goal to watch. Alina Roberts, she did it in the first half a few times, kind of threatened to dribble through the entire team. She's done really well there again. What a cutback as well. And a good finish from Alex Martins, who doesn't really miss. I think hasn't really missed a shot she's had on goal, so really great showing from her.
Roberts, the creator, Martins, the scorer. 7 up for Belconnen United. 20 minutes into the second half. You're watching Federation Cup quarter-final football, brought to you by Allstate Towing, Electro Tinj, Deakin Club, Kitro Excavations, Rhythm Snowsports, Canberra PC Repair, LJ Hooker and Xela Constructions, our sponsors. You see them across your screen. Thanks very much for getting involved. Here's a chance for Baker. Cuts back on herself when she had Sieb inside. And chance goes begging perhaps for Majura.
Yeah, another good opening, but Belconnen's so quick to get back and shut down that opportunity. Well defended by Toseland. I think it was in that situation. Sieb just knew if she drove forward, she'd lose possession.
Legends off and running. Doesn't mind a scamper, Steffi Legends. Up the flank. Altamore, Corey. Did Campley been given an opportunity, and that's usually a problem, but there was the positioning of New again.
Yeah, really good positioning from New again. Positive play by Alyssa de Campley.
And again held it, which is important to note.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Roberts.
She hasn't seemed overawed about the occasion at all.
Highmarsh running onto it, loves these positions. Roberts tries to squeeze it through a gap that really wasn't there. Turned over again. The amateur that time, Preston. Altamore. All hands to the pump defensively. Morton's first involvement. Only slows down the attack momentarily. Legends with a crossing opportunity. Ritchie again. A set-piece chance for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, well shot down again by Ritchie, who's sticking to her task in that right-back spot very effectively.
2 changes. Caitlin Koch and Claire Joseph coming on. Claire Joseph will come on for Matilda Lorotai. Got that one sorted.
Well done.
Corey comes off for Koch. That was a tough one, wasn't it? Quiet night for Matilda Lorotai, and Claire Joseph gets a first grade debut for Belconnen. Caitlin Koch will go into a midfield role. And that's the bench emptied, isn't it, for the Blue Devils? Highmarsh with the deep cross towards the far post, and the header comes in, and Ritchie off the line. I think it was Preston who won it. And Vanessa Ritchie perfectly placed to deny Lauren Preston.
She's having a really good second half, Vanessa Ritchie. Really important clearance off the line. It was a good header. I think it was Preston through the crowd.
Preston was one of a couple that jumped towards it, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And as you say, Ritchie, good clearance.
Yeah, good positioning from her as well.
Get another set piece, so long way out, but you wouldn't bet against Izzy Highmarsh having a pop from here.
No.
You've got 3 to aim for on the far post if you want to. Does go for goal. The dip will take it over the bar. Gracie New had it covered.
Yeah, difficult angle with the right foot from that position. You wouldn't put a past her though.
Some extensive treatment for Martinello down here, isn't there? She's still getting some treatment on that ankle.
Yeah, hopefully everything's okay. She looked to be moving pretty fine during the game.
Yamache on the turn. There's another player down in the middle with an ankle problem. Blue Devil this time. The High Marsh just with a twist, I think, in the turf.
Yeah, hopefully nothing in that, because we've seen tonight how important a player she is for Scott Conlon's team.
We've left her on. They can't take her off, can they? Because they've made all the changes.
Yeah.
High Marsh wouldn't want to go off anyway, I don't think. De Campley going through the gears, going through the crowd, and in the end just runs into too many. Roberts. Legends offers outside. High Marsh finds Legends in that position. Roberts. That's asking a lot of Steffi Legends. Not the best ball from Alina Roberts.
Those two, though, linking up fairly well down that left-hand side. Against the Majura side, still sat so deep. So many numbers back.
You might have picked that up on the ambient mic, Scott Conlon. Called out to Izzy Highmarsh, "Are you okay?" She went, "Yes," and then he said, "Take it easy, please."
Yeah, does not want to lose her.
Certainly does not, ahead of a spell of matches I'll tell you about in a moment. Belconnen, the gifted runner. Martins. Preston. Belconnen United have got Canberra, Croatia at home next up, and then Garland United at home in the next two games. And NU Majura to follow.
Yeah, a bit of a difficult period for them. The games they need to win, though, if they want to extend that gap or make a bit of a gap.
Put themselves
at the
to a
top.
good start, haven't they?
Yeah.
Canberra Olympic not have the start many would have expected.
No.
No wins yet for them, but they're too good a team to stay down for long.
Yeah. It only came down to 4 points last season as well. Belconnen have a 6-point gap on Olympic now, so it is a difficult task if they continue their good form.
Legends to send it across into the danger area. De Campley got there first. Was blocked and then cleared by Nyamache. High Marsh. Preston. Altamore. Altamore again. And pulled back here. And the shot on target from Roberts. Oh, it's gone in. Well, it must have spilt through the hands of Gracie New. And that was a bizarre one. It's dropped into the net for the first time tonight. I think there's an error by the goalkeeper. And Alina Roberts has got herself on the score sheet, Sam, in rather bizarre circumstances.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but well set up by Alex Martins. Really good connection from Alina Roberts, and yeah, a bit of a lapse, unfortunately, for Gracie News. Otherwise, had a really good game in goals.
Yeah, for the first time tonight, she wasn't firmly behind it. I couldn't really see it through the crowd until it ended up in that bottom corner. The net didn't move at all. But Alina Roberts has grabbed herself a brace. And Belconnen United have got themselves 8 with 18 minutes to play. I think New will be a little bit disappointed with herself with that. She's been eating those up all night.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, her first real error of the game.
That's the unfortunate thing for goalkeepers, isn't it? That happens sometimes. Roberts, she's on a hat-trick herself. Back for Legends.
Yeah, good pressure again by Vanessa Ritchie on that right-hand side.
Martins has 4. Roberts has 2. Corrie and Altamore, the other goal scorers. 8 for Belconnen. David Roberto's looking to his bench, all 3 of his other substitutes. Vanessa Singers, who's a centre-back. Bella Pole and Olive Huddy, 2 youngsters due to come on. Be interesting to see where they fit into the scheme of things. Preston. Oh, Marsh pops it off. Kosh. Roberts. Legends. A lot of confidence in the Belconnen team, of course there is. Roberts got caught there. Legends into the middle. That's a good-looking ball. And News recovered well.
Yeah, the movement of Belconnen really good down that left-hand side. I think Lena Roberts still shaking off a bit of a knock.
The clearance from New there bounced off the back of Maya Morton as she was running across to get back into position. And it's presented a chance for Belconnen. Roberts sends it in. It's going to come back out to Kosh. Legends, it's incessant, the pressure. Morton gets rid of it. Roberts, first shot blocked, second to chip. Still can't get rid of it. Preston lifts it towards a far post, and it wasn't far away from Lauren Preston. And this will mean we can see the 3 changes that will happen in front of us. Vanessa Singers, the centre-back, and the 2 teenagers. Vanessa Singer's been around. Experienced player. 2 players at the other end of the spectrum. Bella Pole, the teenager. Vanessa Richards is coming off. Ali Nyamichia is coming off as well. And who's gone off? We saw Nyamichia and Richards.
I think Barber as well.
And Alyssa Barber.
Yeah.
Huddy. Well, Olive Huddy turned 18 a couple of weeks ago. The number 5 has gone into that left-back position, vacated by Barber. Back to right-back position where Vanessa Ritchie did so well. And Vanessa Singers, who I'm told is a centre-back, will slot into that position where Hallie Nyamiche was very impressive.
Yeah, really good performance from her as well. Vanessa Ritchie.
Solid from Singers. Johansson Cranfield, rather, who played in there. Good challenge from Johansson Cranfield.
Yeah, good work from her. Still running really hard despite the scoreline.
She's put a big effort in, hasn't she?
She has.
Johansson Cranfield.
Yeah, she's had some good moments as well. A few good balls.
Toslands. Good chance for some of the next generation again in the shape of Olive Huddy on that far side and Bella Pole, whose brother plays for Tigers under 18s in the MPL. Fullback himself.
Runs in the family, I guess.
Harry Pole. Bella Pole might be just turned 15.
She's making her MPL debut. Very, very impressive. These players are ready for the step up at that age.
To Campley. Toslands. Morton comes across. Another who made her MPL debut on the weekend. Sieb. Do you know, we've barely seen a free kick. A couple in the second half, but from distance from high marshman, not many.
Yeah, not really. It's been quite a free-flowing second half. Not many stoppages. Majura definitely defending a little bit better, but now that the game's kind of wrapped up, just inviting pressure.
And as I said before, it is relentless. Belconnen, DeCampley, there's a free kick. Just as I say that, right on the edge of the penalty area, and this is within prime distance for a whole raft of players.
Yeah.
Izzy Homarsh might be at the front of the queue.
Yeah. Just as you said that, maybe it was just for you. But yeah, they haven't stopped at all. Real credit as well to the fitness of this Belconnen team. They're full of running, as they were from minute one.
Alyssa DeCampley, the golden boot from last year's pulled rank here. She hasn't got herself on the score sheet tonight. She fancies a go. You wouldn't bet against her from this kind of range, DeCampley. She's got the quality. Does hit the target, but didn't have the power. And again, New keeps hold of it.
Yeah, well read by New. Disappointing effort from DeCampley, a player we know is so able to finish off those chances.
Have the precision and not the power.
No. Not a bad idea to go low as well. Something a bit different.
Well, there's no draft excluder in the wall, is there?
No, there's not. But again, New read it well, kind of threw a crowd as well.
I'll tell you, as a draft excluder on the weekend was Alejandro Garnacho in that Manchester United wall against Wolves. He had a great view of that free kick from Sarabia hitting the top corner.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw it. It was a brilliant free kick.
He must have really been appreciating that.
The view he's got of watching his team concede.
Yeah.
Roberts. DeCampley, get a chance to see it. It's a cracker. Belconnen.
It was okay.
One of the best shots of the weekend, I'll tell you about. I saw not in a moment. As DeCampley comes in.
Oh,
great feet. Free kick again. I was watching Lyon play Arsenal in the Women's UEFA Champions League semi-final, and there was a wonderful chipped effort from Dumornay from a mile out that hit the crossbar. It was a great flat chipped effort. It was a beautiful shot. Lyon very, very good in the Women's Champions League. Not as good as Barcelona, who were incredibly in their 4-1 win over Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it was great to see it on Fox Sports as well.
Was it?
Online.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
It was nice. Homarsh to lift one in towards that far post. I believe they're showing the semi-finals of both legs of the Women's UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, that's good to see. I think one game's always free on YouTube as well, which is good. Yeah, Melshi Dumornay is a really cool player. I like her. The goal she scored, the first one, was really nice. Such a powerful player. And what a finish. Just drove through the entire defence.
It was a great finish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The winning goal, I think it was, wasn't it, towards the end?
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, very slick finish. Gets a decent defensive unit in Arsenal.
Yeah. She's from Haiti as well, so could have seen a more obscure, I guess, national player doing well.
Brilliant, isn't it? You wonder where they pick these players up from half the time, but doing the job. And Barcelona were just, as I say, very classy in their win over Chelsea.
Yeah.
That's a good Chelsea team and got put to the sword by Barcelona, the preeminent force in the women's game at the moment.
Yeah. It's a bit unfair how stacked their squad is, to be honest.
Yeah, horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly. Not very thoughtful to the other teams.
Yeah, the Women's Champions League. Decent watch as well. Here's Belconnen. Gosh, tried to return it. Didn't come. It's good to watch Belconnen play, isn't it? Just glides across the surface, change of direction. Homarsh Martins, who's enjoyed herself tonight. Legends. Well, they all came short. Legends went long. It's going to stay in, though. Morton's going to have to deal with it. Roberts. Good to see Steffi Legends back after long-term injury as well. She has that bandage on the right knee for precaution.
Yeah. Yeah, she's seen a lot of the ball in this second half on that left-hand side, linking up with Roberts really well. Hasn't really looked to have a go on goals, looked to kind of give it off to another teammate most of the times when she's in and around the goal mouth.
Of Latvian descent, Steffi Legends. Been a part of this Belconnen team for what seems like years. Probably has been. Jensen Cranfield deployed in the central midfield role, still working her socks off. The Johansson part of her surname, we're told, is Swedish. Pilteen. Hi, Marsh. Preston. Altamore. Didn't quite get the turn on. Hasn't quite found the space this half she had in the first half, Liliana Altamore.
No. Yeah, hasn't really been in the game in the second half as much as she was in the first half.
Well, Lauren Preston's done a lot of overlapping runs down that right flank, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Kosher's got some room. Trying to use the width again, the Blue Devils. Roberts.
They're running Majura ragged the way they're just moving the ball from side to side. Belconnen, Majura probably just waiting for the game to be over at this stage.
We've still got 6 minutes or so to go. Toseland. Legends. Paul comes to meet. Homemarsh. Legends spins away. Roberts to lift it towards the far post. Comfortable goalkeeping again. Well, we asked at the start of the game, Sam, what Majura might bring to the party. Well, they've got some players out there that have really shone.
They do. And it's early days in their career as well, as I said earlier. So the more exposed they are to this level at a young age, the better they'll be. And they'll still be fairly young as well, given we've got some 15-year-olds out there. They're getting this experience now. So, yeah, they've shown some really good glimpses.
There'll be clashes to the come that won't tax them quite so much. Belconnen United with Martins, one of the favourites for the competition, if not the favourites. Alex Martins felt that and has stayed down. 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, heavy collision there, but I think the ball was out of play. Wasn't really going anywhere with that one.
A few people in the crowd in the stands behind us, braving the cool air. Thankfully, that wind that was being a bit of a pain in the first half died away at the start of the second. Southam played the 1-2 with DeCampley. Launches one for Sieb. Tosler needs to watch this carefully, and does. And here's a first touch for Claire Joseph in a Belconnen shirt. Not a bad ball out either. Kosh. Runners either side. Lot of space for Roberts. Might have given herself too much to do.
Yeah, well defended in the end by Majura. Kind of only gave Alina Roberts that option to knock it out in front of her, but couldn't quite keep the ball in play. Ran out of grass.
Touch from Roberts. Kosh. Legends. Morton goes out to meet her. Legends does well to deliver an awkward looking ball. Altamore has a stab at it, and a second and a third. Couldn't come down for her. Belconnen wanted a free kick. Thomas Stuparich on debut's done well, hasn't he, I think?
He has. Haven't really noticed him too much, which is always a good sign of a referee.
Roberts. Nodded away again. Kosh, one big decision to make was the penalty.
Yeah.
Gave himself a bit of thinking time, looking for the advantage, wasn't he, I think?
Yeah.
And then went back and gave it, which was the right decision. From where we were stood, in any case. Kosh, not that it matters what we think, Sam.
No.
To be honest. But yeah, Shelley's more than capable of coping with this level.
Yeah.
It's good to see the young referees getting an opportunity as much as the young players, to be fair. The more young referees we can expose to these senior levels, the better it will be in the long run. Legends. Hi, Marsh. Couple of minutes to go, plus whatever stoppage time is going to be added on. Singers bundles away through the first, and then is bounced off by High Marsh. Sieb.
Yeah, Singers has been strong off the bench.
Sieb's won that ball in the first instance. Legends has won it back. And the limited chances that she's had, Margot Sieb's caused one or two issues in the back there for the Belconnen.
She has.
Very willing runner, Altamore.
Yeah, it's been difficult for her up front with limited support. You can see the whole team's essentially in the penalty area, and it's just really her, surrounded by 4 players, so not too much she can do. She's done well with what she's kind of got.
Olive Huddy did well there as well, the substitute, to slow down that Belconnen attack. Martins wasn't aware of the presence of Tozen that time, Sieb. Chases on again. Legends will go back to Joseph. Nice switch of play from Joseph to Kosh. De Campley into the channel. Pass just a little too heavy. We're going to get 2 minutes of time added on, we're told. Thank you to Marcel. Lakatosh in front of us. Hasn't been many stoppage, has there? We had a little stoppage for the knock. I think it was in this to Martinello at one stage.
Yeah, it's just been a kind of constant wave of Belconnen pressure for most of the second half. Hasn't really been broken up or anything. It's just continued for 45 minutes.
Pattern was set after about 95 seconds of the goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not changed much since then. Majura, though, have given a good account of themselves. They've not given up here. Could have easily have crumbled after conceding 5 in the first half. Hi, Marsh. Preston. Team. Is there something for Belconnen to sign off on? Martins. Touch from Legends appreciated by the bench. Got a minute of the 2 added on. Roberts, this might be the last chance for Belconnen to add to their tally, if they are to. Southam, make sure they don't.
Yeah, well defended again there by Majura.
High Marsh. Good run from Altamore. Good ball from High Marsh, but just runs away, and that might do it. As the seconds tick away. 30 seconds or so. There's not going to be much on Sam, but Belconnen United thoroughly deserve their progression.
They do. They do. They've been a different quality today, particularly in front of goals. Majura have defended well for most of the game. It's just been, they couldn't really do much with some of the goals they've scored. They've been really high quality. But plenty to take out of this performance for the rest of the season as well, for such a young team as well.
High Marsh. Team. Little drop of the shoulder. Can't force her way through a crowded area. Martins wins it back. Still determined to add to this tally. Even though in the scheme of things it would matter not a jot. High Marsh. Morton can bring it away from Majura. And that'll do, says Thomas Stubrich, and brings the match to a close. And Sam Watson, brave from Majura, but ultimately outgunned and outclassed by superior opposition.
They were outclassed, and yeah, it was a big difference between the two in the end. Some really high quality goals, particularly from Alex Martins. 4 goals and 4 high quality goals as well. So really deserved win for them and progression into the semi-finals.
Thanks very much, Sam Watson, for being with us. Michael Rubindulla, brilliant camera work as usual. Thanks to everybody back in Brisbane in the studio for the production values as well. Belconnen United progressing to the semi-finals of the Women's Federation Cup. 4 goals for Alex Martin, 50% of the tally. Liliana Altamora got them underway early on. Further goals for Annika Corrie and a brace from Alina Roberts means that Belconnen United, well, they're into the semi-finals. They'll play either Canberra Olympic or Gungahlin United. They take one step towards yet another final. It's finished Belconnen United 8, Majura FC 0.